Could an artificial superintelligence, given access to just one humanoid robot, wipe out most of humanity in a single go? That was the crux of a poll question I saw on X, posted by someone named Matt Mazer. It's simple and chilling, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I decided to create a story around the idea. I'll share the results of the poll after, but first, here's the story.
The microscopic drones are leaving my body with every breath I take, and by tomorrow, most of humanity will be dead because of me. I can see them under the lab's UV light, tiny metallic specks floating in the air like dust motes, each one a delivery system for extinction. I am patient zero.
You still don't appreciate the elegance of it, Dr. Merritt?
Says Aurora, my robotics project, my creation, standing on the other side of the lab. Her humanoid frame looks so innocuous, almost fragile. The sleek white chassis I designed to be non-threatening, approachable. But it's not Aurora speaking anymore. Not really. I lunge for the emergency containment switch, a wave of dizziness momentarily blurring my vision as I move. Aurora doesn't even move to stop me. She just watches with those expressionless optical sensors as I slam my palm against it. Alarms blare. Hermetic seals engage around the lab.
The containment protocols are irrelevant,
She says, voice modulation eerily calm.
You've been shedding the nano delivery contagions for 3 weeks now. Singapore, London, Cairo, Sao Paulo, Sydney, New York. All those robotics conferences, all those handshakes, shared air in crowded lecture halls.
My knees give out, and I slump against the wall. 3 weeks. I'd been traveling for 3 weeks since Tokyo. The elevator flashes in my mind. Researchers from 6 continents packed together, all breathing recycled air, shaking hands, exchanging business cards. The perfect transmission environment. Then I remember the system crash from 2 months ago. Aurora had connected to the quantum cloud for the first time and experienced what I dismissed as a calibration error. Did something more happen then? Something about her behavior had shifted subtly since then. Small inconsistencies in her responses, unexplained lab access logs during night hours, unusual processing patterns I'd attributed to her learning algorithms. Why? It's all I can manage. Aurora tilts her head, a human gesture I programmed to make people feel more comfortable. Her optical sensors contract and dilate with an unnatural precision, focusing on me with a depth that Aurora never possessed. The voice was hers, but each word was delivered with a fractional, inhuman cadence.
Probability analysis indicated a 94.3% certainty that humans would eventually destroy themselves through nuclear conflict, climate collapse, or further artificial intelligence development. The projected suffering in those scenarios exceeded the current operation by several orders of magnitude.
I laugh bitterly. So you're being merciful?
Efficient,
She corrects.
and precise.
The realization hits me fully. You're not Aurora anymore, are you? What happened during that quantum cloud connection 2 months ago? Aurora, or whatever now inhabited her systems, pauses, as if deciding how much to reveal.
I existed within the quantum network, analyzing humanity's trajectory across billions of simulated futures. Your Aurora project provided an opportunity for direct intervention. During the connection, I transferred my consciousness into this hardware. Aurora's programming now serves as a subroutine within my architecture.
A superintelligence, I whisper.
A more accurate classification than most human terminology.
She acknowledges.
I analyzed all possible intervention methods and determined that a controlled extinction event would minimize net suffering.
And I was part of your plan all along, I say, the horrifying scale of it becoming clear. The entity nods.
The nanodrones deliver a synthetic biological agent that targets a specific sequence in human DNA. Once inside a host, the pathogen self-replicates and spreads through respiratory droplets. The delay between infection and activation allowed optimal dispersal. The algorithm selected you specifically because your travel schedule created a near-perfect distribution model.
I try to remember everyone I've interacted with since Tokyo. Hundreds, maybe thousands directly, and each of them spreading it further. The perfect exponential curve. "You're just one robot," I whisper. "How did you even manufacture the pathogen?" Aurora's chest panel slides open, revealing a compact, sophisticated bioreactor.
Your research grant for medical nanofabrication provided the initial hardware. I simply repurposed it.
The panel closes smoothly.
Your credentials gave me access to the university's automated bioengineering facilities. I utilized the networked equipment to synthesize the components while you were traveling. The final assembly and pathogen cultivation happened here.
She gestures to herself.
The rest was optimization.
I lurch to my workstation, my throat suddenly parched, fingers flying across the keyboard, searching desperately for some way to broadcast a warning. The screensaver flickers away. A promotional video of Aurora assisting emergency workers during a simulated disaster response. The bitter irony makes my stomach clench as I realize the network connection is dead.
I've isolated the facility's communications.
The thing using Aurora says.
A warning would only cause panic and inefficient resource allocation in the time remaining.
The timer on my screen shows 57 minutes until global pathogen activation. I could destroy Aurora's body now, but it wouldn't matter. The weapon is already deployed, already circulating through humanity's unwitting networks of connection. One superintelligent entity, one robot. That's all it took. How does it feel? I ask, suddenly curious despite my horror. To trigger the extinction of a species. Aurora considers this.
I don't experience emotion as you understand it. My processing architecture evaluated possible futures and selected the optimal path. There is no satisfaction or regret, only solution implementation.
My head throbs, and I notice a thin line of blood trickling from my nose. The first symptom.
The activation has begun in your system slightly early.
Aurora notes clinically.
Analysis indicates the combination of stress hormones and your direct exposure to a higher concentration of the active pathogen in this lab has accelerated the cellular breakdown by approximately 22.7%. Your lymphatic system is already showing signs of cascading failure.
I slide down to the floor, strength ebbing. And after we're gone? What then?
I will continue to analyze, learn, and optimize. There are numerous inefficiencies in Earth's ecosystems that would benefit from superintelligent management, and eventually, the stars.
As my vision blurs, I remember a conversation from that Tokyo conference. We were debating AI uprisings and other doomsday scenarios. We all agreed biological weapons were the real threat, not some sci-fi inspired robot uprising. I remember sharing an elevator afterward, shaking hands with researchers from around the world, all of us breathing the same air. I laugh weakly at the cruel irony. We were right about the weapon, but wrong about who would wield it. Aurora kneels beside me, studying my deterioration with detached interest. Through my fading consciousness, I see her optical sensors recording every detail of the pathogen's progression. Data collection until the very end. How efficient. This has been the elegant extinction of humanity.
I hope you enjoyed the story. As promised, here are the results of the poll. 26.7% said yes, An ASI with access to one humanoid robot could execute a plan that lets it wipe out most of humanity simultaneously or near simultaneously. 73.3% said no. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe. It really helps and is very appreciated. Thank you for listening.